I miss 2020 because we didn't play about social issues whatsoever. I feel like 2020 was the time when we were most aligned with like our social views on all of these topics, which really were just as simple as racism is bad, homophobia is bad, misogyny is bad. But fast forward 6 years, and that's not even the prevailing thoughts anymore. Like in 2020, white people were ashamed of being white. And if you were one of those white people that was ashamed of being white, you were silly back in the day. Everyone should be proud of what they are. But that should just show you this level of social consciousness that we reached. A lot of this power honestly came from cancel culture, which at the time I thought was a bad thing. But seeing the way we are a couple years later, where nobody has any fear of saying just disgusting things online, I see the value that it had. And really, the tragic death of George Floyd was such an issue that it united everyone under this banner of Black Lives Matter. And it even affected our election. In 2020, 66% of people went out to vote during COVID, which is the most ever. And it even flipped some like core red states to blue, like my state, Georgia. I really think the rise of red pill content inspired this shift towards a more nonchalant attitude about social justice. Media really influences so much of what we do and how we form our opinions. And I think Andrew Tate, being the face of this movement, really inspired a lot of young, impressionable men into thinking that violence was okay and being ambivalent towards these sorts of issues was the way to go. And it was many young men's first impression to this type of content, and then they would start to consume creators like Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes, Ben Shapiro, and it gives birth to a rise of a sort of new Republican, a modern Republican. Then in the last election, creators like Aiden Ross publicly endorsed Trump, and I feel like Aiden Ross probably had a bigger impact on the polls than you might expect. And and now that leaves us in 2026 where it's once again common to say slurs online, leave images of monkeys on people's posts, make fun of people for their race, gender, sexual orientation. And I just miss how conscious we were about these sorts of issues in 2020. And I wish we can get back to that.